Are you ready? Jim Bob Jamboree number 2. Up to bat. And so as I say, if you work here or you live here, your family may be next in line. So keep us tuned on that, because we get to welcome now Carol, our receptionist, lovely husband, Jim Gallagher, and his buddy, Bob Herger. Let's give them a round of applause.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Yes, I thought you'd fell asleep. Are you having fun? I will soon fix that. I can't believe 60 plus years of marriage. That's unbelievable. Isn't that fantastic? 60 years. Carol and I just celebrated 34 years of marriage. I was telling somebody 34 years. It's been 34 long, happy years. Carol says to me, she says, I don't know about happy, but it's certainly been long. Carol was actually, she was going to volunteer to dance this afternoon. She was going to dance with us this afternoon. But Bob says he didn't have anywhere to put the pole. We got a couple of sort of raucous songs to sing this afternoon. And you might know them, and if you do, just sit there and shut up. We're here to entertain, okay? No, seriously, listen out loud. If you know the songs, please feel free to join in. They're all sort of standards that you should recognise. And by the way, many of you have seen me around here from time to time. I should introduce my friend Bob Herger.
He's having trouble with this harmonica.
Bob has trouble with everything, but I really just brought Bob along this afternoon just to prove that I do have a friend. Are you ready? Frankie and Johnny were lovers. And Lordy, oh how did they love? They swore to be true to each other, just as true as stars above. He was a man, he was doing no wrong. Now Frankie went down to the corner to get herself a bottle of beer. Said to the final bartender, has my darling Johnny been here? But he's my man, he was doing no wrong. I don't want to tell you no story, I don't want to tell you no lie, but I just seen your Johnny with a girl called Nellie Bly. He's your man, he sure was doing you wrong. Now Frankie goes down to the pawn shop and get herself a small 44. Rat-tat-tat, 3 times he shot right through that bedroom door. If he was a man, he sure was doing her wrong. Now this story has no beginning, and this story ain't got no end. This story goes to show you that there ain't no good in man. If he was a man, he sure was doing her wrong. Yeah, Frankie and Johnny were lovers. A lot of your heart is love. They swore to be true to each other, just as true as stars above. He was a man, and he was doing no wrong. Thank you. You're too kind. Too kind. I got this guitar. You know, I really do. I like music. I love music. I like playing the guitar and I like singing. I'd like to say that I love music, but to hear me sing and play the guitar, you wouldn't know it. I got this guitar over 40 years ago, and in the space of about 3 weeks, I learned to play one song, which I played back then for my mum. And then for the balance of the next 40 years, that was about the only song I ever played. And again, having played it for 40 years, you could be excused for thinking I might be better at it than I am today. But this is it's a slow song, and it's a song that I really like, and I hope you'll enjoy it as well. It was written by Tom Paxton, and it's called The Last Thing on My Mind. It's a lesson too late for the learning, made of sand, made of sand. In a wink of an eye, my soul is turned in your hand, in your hand. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that it was the last thing on my mind. You got reasons plenty for going, this I know. This I know. For the weeds have been steadily growing. Please don't go. Please don't go. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. As I lie in my bed in the morning, without you, without you. Each song in my breast dies a bone. Without you, without you. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. That was the last thing on my mind. Old Agnes, she goes into the pharmacy. The pharmacist says, "Can I help you?" She says, "Yeah. I'd like a jar of cyanide, please." The pharmacist looks at her, he says, "Excuse me?" She says, "Yeah, I'd like a jar of cyanide, please." She says, "What for?" He says, I'm going to poison my husband." He says, "What?" She says, "I'm going to poison my husband." He says, "You can't do that. I can't sell you cyanide to poison your husband. I'd end up in court, I'd end up an accessory, plus I'd get barred from the Pharmacists Association and I'd lose my job." Oh, he says, no. He says, there's no way I could do that, I'm sorry. So she pulls a photograph out of her purse and hands it to the pharmacist. And it's her husband having sex with the pharmacist's wife. The pharmacist looks at it and says, "Oh," he says, "you didn't tell me you had a prescription." I don't know where I take him up from, really. So, it's kind of, I'm dressed in black today, and it's kind of a black theme, you know. Talking about, what was the first song we sang?
Well, it's over with now.
Talking about Frankie and Johnny, she shot her husband, and then there's another one there where, you know, the joke, and now this song, this is a song about a real bad guy. Bad guy. And you recognise this one, I'm sure. Well, the south side of Chicago, well, it's the meanest part of town. And if you're gonna go down there, you better be way over a cat named Leroy Brown. Well, Leroy, he's trouble, and he stands about 6'4". All the downtown ladies call him treetop lover, all the studs, they call him sir. He's bad, Leroy Brown. He's the baddest cat in the whole downtown, badder than old King Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog. Well, now Leroy, he's a gambler. He likes to wear them fancy clothes. He's got a big fat diamond ring on his finger that he shoves under everyone's nose. He's got a custom Continental. He's got an Eldorado too. He's got a 22 gun in his pocket for fun. He's got a razor in his shirt. Cause he's bad, Leroy Brown. He's the baddest cat in the whole damn town. Badder than old King Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog. And on Friday, about a week ago, poor Leroy shouldn't die. At the end of the bar, there's a chick named Mavis, and man, does she look nice. Leroy puts his move upon her, oh, and that's when the trouble began. And old Leroy Brown, he learned a lesson about messing with a wife of a jealous man. Cause he's bad, Leroy Brown. Well, he's the baddest cat in the whole damn town, badder than old King Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog. Well, he's bad, Leroy Brown. Well, he's the baddest cat in the whole damn town, badder than old King Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog. We've got one more song to do, and then you can all go back to sleep. That's usually where I find Bob, lying under the piano.
In the corner.
Bob Herger, by the way, has been around here a couple of times. Bob is actually, and he hides his light very well under a bushel, but Bob is a world famous, and in fact a famous Canadian photographer. And for years and years and years, Bob pursued that artistry. And some of you may have seen some of his work around Gilmore Gardens, and he's got 24 books to his credit, books of photographs to his credit. Wonderful photographer, and I really am delighted to have had Bob's path cross my path, and we found ourselves soulmates, and we both enjoy playing the guitar. I know it's not obvious, but we both enjoy playing the guitar. So I want to say a special thank you to Bob for coming along today. Thank you. See, he said if I thank him like that, I won't actually have to pay him. So, Agnes was up in court, she was shoplifting. The judge says to her, "What did you steal?" She says, "Just a tin of peaches." The judge says, "What?" She says, "It was just a tin of peaches." He says, "How many peaches were in the tin?" She said, 6. He says, "Okay, teach you a lesson. I'm going to sentence you to 6 days in jail." Her husband pipes up from the gallery, "She also stole a can of peas." Really, yeah. Ready? I hear the train coming
ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. And I hear that old train whistle down the San Antone. When I was just a young boy, my mama told me, son, don't ever be a bad boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Rio just to watch him die. And each time I hear that whistle, I hang my head and cry. Well, I bet there's rich folks in that fancy dining car. They're probably drinking whiskey and smoking big cigars. But I know I had it coming, I know I can't be free. And each time I hear that whistle, well, that's what's bothering me. Free me from that prison, if that railroad train was mine, I bet I'd move it on a little farther down the line, far from Folsom Prison. That's where I'd want to stay. And I'd let that old train whistle blow my blues away. I hear a train coming, it's running around me. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. And I hear that old train whistle down to San Antone. Thank you all very, very much. You've been a lovely audience. Bob and I really appreciate the opportunity to have been able to come and hopefully entertain you this afternoon. Thank you all very much.
Thank you very much.
We actually would never have suspected to be so fortunate to get another Jim Bob Dooley.